Hello everyone, this is Aria from the Hurricane Watch Team, bringing you an urgent update on Hurricane Beryl as of 5 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, Sunday, June 30th, 2024. Hurricane Beryl has intensified into an extremely dangerous Category 4 hurricane, posing a significant threat to the Windward Islands. Please stay tuned for critical information on its current position, expected impacts, and necessary precautions. Here's the current status of Hurricane Beryl. As of the latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center, Hurricane Beryl is currently located at 11.1 degrees north latitude and longitude at 56.5 degrees west. This places it at around 250 miles southeast of Barbados and 350 miles east-southeast of St. Vincent. The hurricane is moving west-northwest at a speed of 18 miles an hour and has a maximum sustained wind of 130 miles an hour, making it a powerful Category 4 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale. And to put in addition, this is the most powerful storm in the month of June this far east in the Atlantic Basin in the main development region. The other one was a Category 1 hurricane, 1933, which was also a very bad hurricane season as well. And then the third one was Hurricane Elsa in 2021. So just to give you an idea of just how historic this really is. Now, I want to talk a little about the watches and warnings that are currently in effect. These are critical for understanding the areas that are going to be most at risk from this hurricane. So, we also have Tropical Depression 3. I'm going to cover a little bit of that, but I mainly want to talk about Hurricane Beryl since it is a major Category 4 hurricane there, winds of 130 miles per hour. Alright, so there are currently hurricane warnings that are currently in effect for Barbados, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadine Islands, Grenada, and Tobago. Tropical storm warnings are now in effect for Martinique. Tropical storm watches have been issued for Dominica, Trinidad, the south coast of the Dominican Republic from Punta, I do not know how to pronounce that, westward to the border with Haiti, and south coast of Haiti, the border the Dominican Republic. So, just to have a little bit of a recap of some terminology. Hurricane warning just basically means that hurricane conditions are expected somewhere along the warned area, and preparations to protect life and property should be rushed to completion. Now, the tropical storm warning means that tropical storm conditions are expected somewhere around the warned area in the next 36 hours. And a tropical storm watch means that tropical storm conditions are possible within the watch area within the next 36 to 48 hours. So, in the warned areas, y'all should be prepared for life-threatening conditions. And here's what you're going to expect in those areas. Catastrophic wind damage is expected, especially in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Grenada. Hurricane force winds extend upwards around 30 miles from the center, and tropical storm force winds extend upwards of 115 miles. So this is still a very small, compact storm. If we go back to the satellite imagery here, and we do zoomed out, you can definitely see, and you get an idea of just how relatively small this is, especially for storms that we've had before, and especially hurricanes and typhoons that we've had in the West Pacific, thousands of miles in diameter. Well. Storm surge. A life-threatening storm surge could raise water level 6 to 9 feet above normal tides, accompanied by large destructive waves on top of the 6 to 9 feet. The surge is particularly dangerous near the eye of the hurricane. So, rainfall. Hurricane Beryl is expected to produce rainfall totals 36 inches across Barbados and the Windward Islands through Monday and localize a maximum upwards of 10 inches, especially in the Grenadines. This heavy rainfall will likely lead to flash flooding in vulnerable areas. Flash flooding will also lead to the possibility of landslides and mudslides. When you get a lot of heavy rain along these mountainous islands, you can get the land quite literally shifting. Kind of like an avalanche without the snow, the land starts literally falling down. So, large swells generated by Beryl will affect the Windward and Southern Leeward Islands, potentially causing life-threatening surf and rip current conditions. The swells are expected to reach the southern coast of Puerto Rico and Hispaniola within the next day or so. If you are in the hurricane warned area, it is absolutely crucial to complete every preparations immediately that you can. Now I'm going to give you some important safety tips that you need to keep in mind. Secure your property. Ensure that your home is secured. Shutters and plywood over windows to bring in any loose outdoor items like lawn furniture. If ordered, and if possible, evacuate if possible. Follow any evacuation orders issued by local authorities. It is absolutely essential to leave early to avoid being trapped by this catastrophically severe weather. Stock up on supplies. Have enough non-perishable food, water, medication, essential supplies to last for several days. And stay informed. Keep a battery-powered radio on hand to receive updates. If the power goes out, stay tuned to local news and weather updates. Last but not least, avoid coast areas. Due to the risk of storm surge and dangerous waves, stay away from beaches and coastal regions during the storm. So going on to talk a little bit about the track of this system and where we think this storm is going to go. Here is the latest track here from the National Hurricane Center. That line, it is just a line of where the center will go. The forecast cone is just where the center should be in that cone. Conditions will be expected well beyond the forecast line and the forecast cone. So, fluctuations with strength are likely over the next day or so. However, Beryl is expected to remain an extremely dangerous Category 4 hurricane through its landfall in the Windward Islands. As it moves across the Caribbean Sea, it may in fact encounter a little bit of increasing wind shear, thankfully, which will gradually weaken the storm. However, it is important to note that Beryl is forecast to remain a significant hurricane during its entire track across the Caribbean region. So, some more key messages to remember about Hurricane Beryl. Alright? It is a Category 4 right now. It is extremely dangerous Category 4 and is expected to make landfall in the Windward Islands sometime early tomorrow morning. This is a very dangerous situation unfolding. Again, prepare now. Residents in the warned area should rush their preparation to completion today. I want to just pop up the the key messages here. All right. So we will have life-threatening conditions. Expect potentially catastrophic winds, again upwards of 130 miles an hour. Winds gusting to Category 5 intensity, upwards of 160 mile an hour wind gusts. Okay. Life-threatening storm surge, damaging waves, particularly in St. Vincent, the Grenadines, and Grenada. Heavy rainfall and localized flooding are expected across the Windward Islands through Monday, the entirety of Monday. And closely monitor the progress, especially if you live in the Central and Western Caribbean, like Haiti, Dominican Republic, Cuba, Mexico, Belize, Nicaragua, Honduras. And, again, those living in the United States, I know a lot of the models have been showing the storm moving to Texas, but again, that's beyond 5 days. I really like to keep it within 5 days so we have a better idea. Just talk about what we can predict now. I don't want to talk about something way out in the future that will be possibly that I could get wrong and people will get the wrong idea. So that's why I don't generally talk about super far in the future, because I don't want to talk about, oh, this could make landfall here, and then it doesn't happen and I scare people. That's not what we're here for. We're here to explain as accurately as we can about what's going on with the storm and make accurate predictions of the storm into the future so we can warn people about the storm and do our best to minimize any life that is lost. So, in heavy rainfall, again, landslides, mudslides are going to be possible. And again, monitor the progress of Hurricane Beryl. Alright, the next thing I'm going to be talking about here, let's see, don't want to talk about Tropical Depression 3 quite yet. That will be the next thing I do, in fact, want to talk about, though. Just kind of want to pull up the rainfall. As you can see, localized areas there in Grenada could see upward to 10 inches or more. There in the Grenadines and Grenada, 6 to 10 inches. In Barbados and the Grenadines, areas could see 6 to 8 inches of rain. North and south of that really only see 2 to 4 inches of rain. But areas far north as Antigua, areas farther up north may only see 1 to 2 inches of rain from the very outer bands. As the storm continues to move into the northwest of its current location, we could see this storm weaken. However, flooding is still possible in Dominican Republic, Haiti, and also looking there in Jamaica is also going to be possible. But again, that's quite some time from now. Mainly focused there on the southern Leeward Islands, where this storm will be impacting by early tomorrow morning. Here are the surface winds and warnings. As you can see, we have those hurricane warnings there. Tropical storm watch there for Trinidad and Tobago. And a tropical storm watch also there for Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Here's the earliest arrival time of winds. Possibly early hours, about 4 a.m. Monday, we may start to see those tropical storm force winds. And by sunrise, we may see those hurricane force winds moving into those Leeward Islands. I want to go a little bit over the modeling with this system. Again, here's the latest satellite imagery of Hurricane Beryl. Look at that eye, a very well-defined hurricane right there. Latest aircraft recon. Just going to take a look and see what they're seeing. They found, look like the air pressure is as low as 955 millibars, so storm is continuing to strengthen. No idea what the air pressure was that they found though. So taking a look at forecast models, I want to look at the hurricane models here and talk a little bit about what we're looking at this system. So this shows, so right now we found air pressure of 955 millibars. Again, this is showing 961, closer to it being accurate, but again, it still shows it struggling to drop below 960 even. This actually shows it intensifying, making landfall there. As it does weaken a little bit, it will be a little bit more susceptible to that low pressure. It may have a chance to move to the north. In the case, if it does make landfall in Jamaica, that will be something we'll have to talk about. Hurricane warnings will be in effect for Cuba. Tropical storm warnings and tropical storm watches will most likely be in effect for Cuba. Hurricane warnings will be in effect for Jamaica. Excuse me. And then also this is going to, and then again this is just showing it being really strong, and then moving, and threading the needle there between the Yucatan Peninsula and the Cuba Strait right there. So this is just one of the models. Again, it's actually showing it weaker than it really is, but they're also showing it strengthening as it goes through the Caribbean. So we're gonna have to watch and see what the storm does as the storm moves through the Caribbean. Do we start to see it weakening? Does the shear start to back off? And so this is going to have to be something we're going to have to closely monitor. Again, and then we also have the other model, the H-MON, showing it also weakening, but still remaining relatively strong there. This showing it making a landfall, completely falling apart, making landfall probably as a strong tropical storm or a weak hurricane there. And this would probably be the best case scenario out of these, the models I'm seeing here. Will definitely be the best case scenario for Mexico, and then it completely really weakens and really starts to fall apart. So we really have to see how much the wind shear impacts it. Does the wind shear just kind of back away, and there's no wind shear, and it just unleashes and it continues to strengthen as it moves to the Caribbean, or do we see something more and it gets really impacted by the wind shear, and we really see this fall apart? That would be the best case scenario. That's what we're hoping for. But again, models are still not sure. And also, I want to look at the spaghetti models. Spaghetti models are still kind of all over the place. Again, some showing Nicaragua, Honduras. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. A little easier to see. So as you can see here, some of them showing Nicaragua, Honduras landfall. Others are saying as far north as a Cuba landfall, and also Louisiana, Texas even. So if it were to make landfall, is it going to start to move north, or is it going to go straight into Mexico? Right, like we're seeing with Tropical Depression 3 right now, moving into Mexico right now. So this is something we're going to closely monitor, keep a close eye on what's going to happen with this system, and so that's just something we're going to have to closely monitor. Alright, so there's Hurricane Beryl there, again 130 miles an hour, moving to the northwest at 18 miles per hour. Alright, here is Tropical Depression 3. We now have Tropical Depression 3. now that it has formed. So, tropical pressure 3, according to latest advisory for the National Hurricane Center, it is located near 19.7 degrees north, 94.9 west. This place is at 185 miles east-southeast of Tupan, Mexico, and the depression is moving west at a speed of 12 miles an hour and has a maximum sustained winds of 35 miles an hour higher gust. Minimum central air pressure there, 1,006 millibars. So, there are in fact watches and warnings in effect with this system. There is in fact a tropical storm warning. Again, overnight Monday, we may actually see it when this does in fact make landfall, actually intensify to a tropical storm. We may have Tropical Storm Chris making landfall in East Mexico, possibly if it gets named. Rainfall, another thing I need to talk about. Some areas farther inland Mexico, not just at the coast, but farther inland. Some areas may see 8 inches. Some areas may see upwards of a foot of rain. So this is they're expecting quite a lot of heavy rain from this storm. Again, tropical storm force winds speed, don't exactly know, what's going to happen. It's already very, very close to the coast, so just going to have to monitor this and watch and see what happens with it. We need to see if they put a air pressure thing there. So I'll talk a little bit about that here. So again, here's tropical depression 3. You can see overall there is rotation with this system. Don't know if they have a. They don't have a special one there. Okay, that's fine. So, and there is tropical depression 3. We do have some convection bubbling up. We see that rotating. There is a chance. Again, this could in fact intensify and become tropical storm Chris. All right. Okay, let's see what else. So again, I talked about the rain. This is not going to be a wind event. This is again only going to be a tropical depression. Safety tips again: stay informed, prepare your home, try to avoid flooded areas, evacuate if advised, stock up on supplies that are non-perishable. So you have food, medicine, and essential supplies to last several days. So, please stay updated with the latest information from the National Hurricane Center and your local meteorological service. We will continue to provide updates as new information becomes available. Remember, your safety is top priority. Take necessary precautions, everybody. So, I don't have a lot else to say, but the next intermediate advisory will be issued by the National Hurricane Center at 7 p.m. Central Time with the complete advisory at 10 p.m. Again, guys, please stay safe out there. Again, this is the 2024 North Atlantic hurricane season. We were worried it was going to be bad, and well, it's not even July yet. It is literally June 30th, 2024, and we already have about to have another storm. This will be interesting. 2 storms at the same time in June. Absolutely impressive, historical. So again, we're really carefully monitoring it, watching everything that's going on. Again, that's going to be for today, guys. I mean, wow. Today, there's been a lot that we had to talk about. I covered it all. And again, there's Hurricane Beryl, guys, continuing to make its way off to the west-northwest. So, that's going to be it today, guys. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to probably have another update at 7 p.m. and another update at 10 p.m. Probably just another update at 10 p.m. because that's when the next updates are going to be. Unless they happen to update to Tropical Storm Chris. I'll have a special update on that. But that's it for today, guys. Again, thank you so much for watching. That's it for today, guys. Have more updates tonight. Take care. Stay safe. Peace out.